Welcome back. The spat between activists Arvind Kejriwal and DLF is refusing to die down. In a latest response to Kejriwal's allegations, DLF claims that no unsecured loan was given to Mr. Vadra or Skylight Group. The amount of 50 crore rupees was given as an advance towards purchase of land and not an unsecured loan. And the amount of 15 crore rupees was an advance for aggregating land which was duly returned to DLF when the land was found unsuitable. Earlier, Arvind Kejriwal had alleged the DLF had advanced unsecured loans to Vadra in a questionable manner. Not to Kejriwal, that was, I think, a mistake, but Robert Vadra in a questionable manner. This is, of course, an exclusive with NDTV. We'll bring you more details as we get the story. Okay, Ranbir Sodhi is our next caller. Let's get to him and his question. Ranbir, hi, thanks very much for joining in. Tell us, how can we help you?
Good evening, Manisha. I'm looking to buying a 2 or 3 bedroom villa in Jaipur. My budget is about 30 lakhs, 30. I would prefer living in a complex or a society. Could you suggest one of the following or another? We have considered the following: Homax City 2 bedroom, Mahima Koppal, Mangalam Arpan, Royal Celebrity, Ansal Sushant City, Happy Homes, Celebrity, Vatika Info City. We would prefer an area which would not become traffic jam like what happens in metro, say 10 years from now. Could you also suggest the future efficient prospects long term? Thank you.
All right, areas which will not have traffic jams 10 years later, that won't depend on the city, that will depend on the infrastructure which comes up and how good it is. Both the projects though he's chosen are good ones, decent ones?
Actually, he's shortlisted 4 projects.
Okay.
Out of the 4 projects that he shortlisted, we have given a go-ahead for 2 projects. Koppal of Mahima Group is a great project to invest in, and Happy Homes of Ansal Infrastructure on Kalvar Road is the second project that you could look at. In addition to that, what we've also done is we've got our own 2 choices. So we've added to your shortlist 2 more projects that you may want to consider before making that decision. So just to share with you that Jaipur, first of all, traditionally the plotted dominated market with about very limited villa options. There are only about 4,000 odd builder villas compared to 100,000 units which are available through plotted developments. The projects that we have recommended to you are in and around Mansarovar and Jagatpura area. Jagatpura is a very livable locality near International Airport and has its own railway station. The recommended project is also very near the railway station. The other project is in Mansarovar, which is also a good option. We'll come to the data points a little later. The only one thing that I wanted to say about Kalvar Road, which is where you have selected one of the projects, is good for end use, but it's a speculative market right now. And this is on the Jaipur-Jodhpur highway, which has seen little activity on the ground. So that is one thing that you may want to consider. I'll just come to the key data points for you. We've selected Jagatpura and Mansarovar. We recommend you to stick there. This is an end-use property that you want to buy. So 6 projects over there, total supply 530 units. Inventory overhang is very safe, 12 months only. The weighted average price is 2664 rupees a square feet. We've given a go-ahead for Koppal by Mahima Group and Happy Homes by Ansal Infrastructure. You could consider both. The price is very reasonable, 1718 rupees a square feet for Mahima Group, Koppal, and 1517 rupees for Happy Homes. In addition to that, the price appreciation trends for Mansarovar and Jagatpur are 37% over the last 2.5 years or 14% on a year-on-year basis. You may want to consider these 2 projects as well. Arpan by Mangalam Builders near Mansarovar, 2,303 rupees a square feet. This project is getting ready in 2013 and is available from the developer. And Crimson Court by Coral Group in Jagatpura, 2729 rupees a square feet. Completion year is 2013 and availability from the developer as well.
All right, and the Jaipur market, again, reasonable market, has done okay, fairly okay.
Yeah, it's done reasonably okay, but there is an oversupply in certain markets. Ajmer Road is quite oversupplied, although the Mahindra World City is there, the SEZ is there, but too much supply there. So,
okay, so the final thumbs up to 2 projects, Ranbir, that you've spoken about, which is Koppal, Mahima Group. That's a good one to go with. Happy Homes by Ansal Infrastructure. And the ones on our radar, let me also spell those out for you so you have a final summary. Arpan by Mangalam Builders and Crimson Court by Coral Group. So these are the projects. Okay, let's skip to another city, Bangalore. We've got Mr. Srinivas Rao on the phone line with us. Hi, Mr. Rao. Go ahead, sir. Good to have you on the show with us. How can we help you?
Yeah, Manisha, thank you so much for taking this question. I've been watching your show. Thank you so much. You've been doing a great job. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
My question is that I'm looking for a place in Bangalore. I have shortlisted two properties. One is Mantri Serenity, and the second one is Shobha Habitat. So I wanted your view on that. It's for investment purposes.
All right, fair enough. So 2 projects, I think we've even recommended one earlier on the show. So, and both the developers are very reputed. So
we think that both Whitefield and Kanakpura Road are great locations to invest in. Both benefit from a lot of employment generation happening over there. Kanakpura Road has seen a lot of growth in real estate development over the past few years, especially after the NICE corridor. The Bangalore-Mysore infrastructure corridor facilitates connectivity of Kanakpura to other areas of Bangalore as well. Whitefield has actually emerged as an ITES hub and houses over 400 companies, prominent of them being TCS, Oracle, SAP, Capgemini, etc. It has also got great malls like Forum Mall, Cosmos Mall, Phoenix Market City, and the under construction Namma Metro Phase 2 will extend till Whitefield, which will benefit that area immensely. We think both the projects that you have shortlisted are great. We've added one more project to your list that you may want to consider. I'll just come to the key data points. So with a budget of 1 crore, this is the mid to luxury segment. Kanakpura has got about 10 projects, Whitefield 20. Total supply is 2922 units in Kanakpura and Whitefield is 3470 units. Inventory overhang 28 months in Kanakpura, so very high, but it still emerges to be, still is actually one of the good markets to be in. Whitefield is 16 months of inventory, so that's safe. Weighted average price of Kanakpura is 4099 rupees a square feet, whereas Whitefield is 3928 rupees a square feet. If you were to look at the price appreciation trends, 30% in Kanakpura, which is 11.92% on a compounded annualized basis, and Whitefield is about 37%, so 14.72% on a compounded annualized basis. If you were to look at the choices that you made, yes, Mantri Serenity is on our shortlist. Mantri developers, Kanakpura Road, 4690 rupees a square feet is the price today. This is getting ready in 2014. You can pick this up from the developer. Shobha Forest View by Shobha Developers of Kanakpura Road. This is getting completed in 2015. Also available from the developer. Price is ranging from 4360 rupees a square feet to 4900 rupees a square feet. And lastly, we've added one project, Nitesh Flushing Meadows by Nitesh Estates, Whitefield, 4000 rupees a square feet. Completion date is 2013, and this is also available from the developer.
Alright, so if you've got a budget of 1 crore and looking at the Kanakpura area, this is what you can go and look at. Mantri Serenity, Mantri Developers, good one that Mr. Rao himself suggested. We give it a thumbs up. Shobha Forest View, Shobha Developers is the second one. And Nitesh Flushing Meadows by Nitesh Estates is the third one. The concept of green buildings has so far been restricted to large commercial buildings, IT campuses, or maybe some new townships. But for the first time, a retail store in Bangalore has gone green. Initiated by Puma India, the store is both eco-friendly in design and construction.
What started as a prize-winning idea within Puma India 2 years back has now turned into a reality. Located in the shopping district of Indiranagar and looking not too different from its neighbors, stands India's first sustainable and most eco-friendly retail store. From being able to produce electrical power through solar PV panels installed on the roof to building an air tunnel for cooling, the store is largely self-sustaining in its usage. Rajiv Mehta, who heads Puma India, is confident these kind of sustainable stores will become a necessity for all retailers, and higher construction costs should not be a deterrent.
If a store costs us, say, 100 rupees a square foot, this is costing us 115 or 120. So there's a 15-20% jump. But that is something we are conscious of doing. That is something we want to do, so that it gives a message saying that we are doing something for the society, even if it means it's less profitable, in the hope that the consumers shop more here than anywhere else. So that profitability also in the end comes back to you.
According to a recent global report on sustainability in retail stores, big and small retailers across sectors plan to achieve sustainability for all their stores. Also, retailers see sustainability as a key way to differentiate in a highly competitive market. Architect Meghna Datta, who worked with Puma on the store design and construction, says this is the future of Indian retailing.
Personally, as an architect, I would see this as the future. for all retail stores because energy is a huge issue. It's an energy crisis that we have, and rather than depending on generators, if they design their building to consume less and to start harvesting their own energy, absolutely, it's a positive thing for the retail sector.
Puma will also use this store in Bangalore as a pilot for opening up more such stores across various global markets. But experts say in India, sustainability as a trend can only catch on seriously if the big retailers like Reliance and Tata's drive the adoption across their retail stores. In Bangalore, Balakrishnan, NDTV Profit.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.